I think digital PR really has to be about way more than backlinks.
Hi there and welcome to From Ideas to Results. I'm joined by Liz from our content team, and we're going to dive into everything that's been happening in the world of content and PR in the last 30-ish days. So first up, Reach have banned unauthorized links. This is pretty big because there is a lot of publications that sit underneath their sort of umbrella company. So can you give us an overview on what it means and implications of it?
To set a bit of context, Reach are a newspaper publisher. They publish all of the red tops, the Daily Express, the Daily Star, all of those kind of publications, as well as over 200 regional papers. So a lot of papers are being included in this. And essentially there was a bit of a scandal in February where a freelancer included some dodgy links in some content. It's prompted a bit of a widespread ban, and they've put out a kind of internal memo where they're saying that they're going to ban unauthorized commercial links within their content. People within the PR world are a bit worried about this because if they all stop linking, then that could have implications. Like, they're quite popular publications to target, like high DA sites, especially the regionals. You've got that kind of niche location content. So there are potential implications there. And I think people are also worried because Reach are so big. If it feels like it's working for them, some of the other publishers might start doing the same, and then it could have kind of industry-wide implications.
And what sort of implications are PR people concerned about if those links don't happen?
Typically in the PR world, links feel like the gold dust. They feel like the gold tier. They feel like the thing we're all striving for. And if the idea of not being able to get links kind of becomes a real thing, that often is the metric we're all tracking. So we're going to have to start looking at other ways to prove the value of the stuff that we're doing.
And what's your take on that, in the sense of, obviously links is kind of one metric that is obviously important, but will there still be value in doing digital PR if these links do disappear and aren't used?
Yeah, for sure. We've been talking about it a lot in the team, and I think digital PR really has to be about way more than backlinks. There is so much additional value that can come from just being mentioned in these publications, from the point of building trust and authority, from brand mentions, from kind of topical authority signals for Google. All of that is still really valuable even without the link. So I think it'll be about changing the way we report to still show those successes.
And you mentioned a sort of topical value there, and in the world of kind of AI, those are things that are also particularly important. It's not just that link, it's also, AI is smart enough to recognize that, I'd have thought, as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I think there's also an argument around content quality. I think Reach are being a bit tricky with the wording of their internal memo, that unauthorized links to commercial content. I think if brands and PRs are focusing more on creating really high quality content, and content that's going to add value and isn't just purely for the purpose of selling, there are probably some workarounds in there anyway.
And have they actually stopped including those links?
No, so there is a really interesting article where a journalist has gone through some of the red tops and found that since that memo was disseminated, they have already been linking to other commercial sites. So I think the grey wording was intentional. It's given them some wiggle room to play with, and I don't think that this ban is going to be quite as dramatic as it maybe first sounded. But I still think if it's shone a light on some of the other metrics, it's probably not a bad thing.
So I guess your advice going forward to anyone doing kind of digital PR, what would you say to them?
Thinking about content quality and the value that you're adding with the releases that you're sending, and what the angle is, and making sure it's kind of hyper relevant to the publications that you're targeting is always going to be the best approach. But then I think also thinking about reporting, thinking about going wider than just the volume of backlinks as the measure for success is really the way to show that there's still tons of value even if there isn't a link there.
Cool, brilliant. Well, thank you very much for that, Liz. There's, as you see, some big changes in the space. So if you'd like to find out more information, do follow us on our socials, check out our content on our website, and we'll see you next time.